right, guys, welcome back. With us, we have our skincare and beauty expert. That's right, the Out of the Closets podcast own Rose Pearson is on the show with us today. Welcome back, Rose. Woo! Today, we were just talking about how to set up your own skincare regimen at home, but now we're talking about Zen, relaxation, and we're talking about setting up your very own home spa. Now, Rose, you have a ton of helpful hints to help us relax at home. How do we set up our own home spa?
Yeah, it's funny because my husband actually takes baths daily, which reminds me that I need to probably, set some time aside for myself to have a bath. But I make sure that he always has some candles on hand and some bath salts. And I think that just setting the mood helps. So he usually turns off the lights, lights his own candle, put some bath salts, and then he really he will get into the zone, be zen, and then, probably 10-15 minutes later, our sons are knocking on the door and, yelling at each other or whatever.
Yeah.
But he's definitely getting his own me time.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, I know as you being a mom, and a lot of our listeners, you have the bathroom is like your one respite in the entire home. You can go in there and lock the door, and hopefully that's the one area you don't get bothered. But like you said, eventually you'll hear little knocks at the door.
Yep.
But for everybody that's inside that door and they hear those little knocks at the door, we can put those earplugs in and just ignore those little knocks. So because we've set ourselves up a beautiful home spa. So we've set the mood, we've darkened the lights, we've lit the candles, we've got the bath salts in the water. What's another good tip?
We also almost always have bubble bath on hand, just so that you have the sense, not just from the candle and the salts, but the bubbles giving you that clean feeling. And then of course a glass of wine helps relax.
Yes.
So one other thing that we do have is a waterproof Bluetooth little speaker, and play just whatever makes you feel relaxed, whether that is kind of the Zen yoga-ish music, or maybe you want a little rock or whatever, just to decompress.
Yeah, it's funny. I always put on the little meditation music, and it's funny because for some reason I put my meditation playlist on shuffle, although it's just a lot of babbling brooks and wind chimes, so it wouldn't matter. But it's funny because occasionally there's this one that has these really loud chimes, and it always takes me a little out of the moment. But I love that. I love the idea of setting aside your own space, setting the mood, getting comfortable in there. Do you get behind any of the ideas of the scrubs, like the sugar scrubs or coffee scrubs?
I actually a clay scrub.
Mm-hmm.
So it has some sort of exfoliation, on my heels, or your little rough areas on your elbows and whatnot. But yes, I do like those. And then Rodan and Fields has a vitamin C scrub. It smells so good, and it lasts.
Does it smell like orange? Does it smell like oranges? Oh, it's orange in color.
It's very citrusy, but it has vitamin C and E in it. And then it's a sugar. It has a sugar scrub in it. And that one I really to just get dead skin cells. And then, you're left with this amazingly baby soft skin.
Yeah, I've made my own coffee scrub at home, where I basically use the grounds from our coffee and added some, body wash to it. But I will tell you, I'll do it in the shower every so often, especially after, if you, I don't know, it just makes your skin feel incredible. But I will say, after I take a shower, first of all, you find coffee grains and grounds in the weirdest crevices for weeks after. It doesn't matter how clean you think it. No, I'm just kidding. But but I look at the shower and it's like a complete mess. It looks like something crazy happened there, but it feels
a little of caffeine too.
Yeah, actually, I always do feel slightly energized after it. And I will tell you, Naveen, my husband, every time after I do it, he will always brush up against me. He's like, "Oh my God, you got baby soft skin." And I'm like, "Thank you." So I love that. So after you get is there anything that you like to do as a beauty professional that like once you get out of the tub, it's like your go-to?
Actually, while you're in the tub,
Ooh.
my husband and I, when I do take baths, will put on like a face mask. So Rodan and Fields does have several different face masks. Again, another item that if you don't have that much time to do a daily item for yourself, then at least once a week, even just a face mask. And if you do that in the bathtub, it'll dry, in the time frame that you're in the bathtub. But if you go out of the bathtub and you're still just, relaxing with your cup of coffee or your glass of wine, 5 minutes just to do a face mask so that it dries, and then you just wash it off.
I was going to ask you, so is your face mask, I've used a couple that are all different types. You know, you have the mask that you rub on and then you rinse off. There's some that you put on and they kind of dissolve and just rub into your skin. And then there's others that it seems like it has like a lotion or moisturize it and then you just throw away the thing. What is Rodan and Fields? What's their mask
Yeah.
like?
So you just apply it to your skin, and it will. I mean, sometimes you can even put one type. So this is reverse that I'm holding, and it's called radiance mask. So if you have a certain area with sort of uneven skin tone, maybe your forehead or what have you, but you're having a little bit of maskne, you can use the unblemished acne mask on the bottom half of your face. But it is just a kind of slather on, let it dry, and then rinse off.
Okay. And I have a quick question. Okay. I have this beard here. I'm such a bear. Just kidding. But I do have this beard here. And I know a lot of our listeners have beards and mustaches and, sideburns and all that fun stuff. But the skin underneath our beards goes unnoticed. And sometimes that works in our favor because if we have a blemish, at least the beard covers it up. But but how can we actually ensure that skin is clear? And then how do we treat an issue if there's something under the beard?
Yeah, so that's a great question, actually, because I love a man that takes care of his skin. Love, love, love it. So I'm very proud of my man for taking care of his skin. And then Naveen, your husband, has phenomenal skin. He's always had
Oh
great
yeah.
skin.
Believe me, when I hang out with the three of you, I look like the before shot of the acne treatment for sure. You guys all have impeccable skin, and I mean it's amazing.
Well, so I know a lot of my guy friends that do have facial hair. If they keep the facial hair, or like my husband, he shaves regularly, the skin underneath can get very sensitive just because you're, shaving it and or maintaining it. So I really like the Soothe regimen line, and that kind of helps to make sure, one, it's clean, but then also if there's any sort of sensitivity there due to the shaving, it gets addressed, and it just makes sure that the redness and the like sort of irritation gets soothed, basically.
Well, that sounds amazing. And I was going to tell everybody, listen, if you already like throwing yourself a spa night, a little stay in, why not extend that invite to your fabulous friends and throw a spa home party? It's really an amazing, I mean, it's just another reason to get together and have some drinks. But it is a lot of fun. And so we have to go to another 1 minute break. I love this conversation, by the way, because I just want my skin to look as best as it can. So thank you so much. When we come back, we have to go to a 1 minute break. And when we come back, we are going to talk about how to set up your own spa party with Rose Pearson, our health and skin and beauty expert. And she's here today talking about all of this amazing stuff. But when we get back in this just 1 minute, we're going to talk about hosting your own spa party. And of course, we're going to give you information on how to get in touch with Rose, how to buy some of her amazing products, and all of that fun stuff when we get back in just 1 minute on the Out of the Closet podcast.
Hi there, I'm Maylin Luke, owner of RustingPlantFace.com. I create hand-poured and hand-painted concrete planters and unique home goods in a variety of styles, colors, and also do custom orders. Just visit RustingPlantFace.com and use code OOTC to get free shipping on your order. Visit me on Instagram at RustingPlantFace for plant tips and tricks. Plant parents and aspiring plant parents are welcome.
Hello to all my Out of the Closet podcast family. I don't want to beg and I don't want to come off as needy, but the Out of the Closet podcast only exists because of listeners like you, and I really need your support. Any financial support you can do would be amazing and greatly appreciated. Whether it's $5, an ongoing monthly contribution, or if you just want to hand over your total inheritance and put me in the will, that's fine too. Anyway, it's really easy to do. Just go to outoftheclosetpodcast.com and click the support tab. Thank you so much for supporting the Out of the Closet podcast.